I've come to realize that I'm a bit of a teller of tales, a spinner of yarns. And so, I'm gonna tell you a little something that'll blow your fucking skull off. It's time once again for bullshit story time. A few years back, lived in Fort Worth. Some people call it Funkytown. My dad said he once met a guy that told him, Funkytown's my place, man. I'm the Funkytown G. Well, guess what, Funkytown G? There's a new G in town. There was back then. And it was me. Moi. The man speaking to you through this motherfucking Snapchat right now. So I was up in Fort Worth, working a little J.O.B., a little gig. Had gotten placed there by a staffing agency, which helped me out frequently to find jobs. I was down on my luck, having a little bit of trouble coping with the struggles of this thing we call life. So, I got this job, moved back out to Funkytown, started working this job. An electrical coordinator. I coordinated the electricity. Don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I was a beast at that fucking job. Real fucking Funkytown G up in that place. Went hard, got a promotion within months. They came to me talking about, you're the fucking best employee we've ever had in the history of this dog shit company. We call it dog shit because it was not worth a fuck until the moment you stepped into this building and started wrecking shop. Fucking promoted me to warehouse manager. And I was the king. So I went off back there to my little office, ran that little warehouse, did all kind of manner of dope shit. I felt like a boss. And I was. So for a little while I chilled off back in there. I loved my coworkers, loved that job, and I told them, you're gonna have to drag me about this place. You ever gonna get me to leave? Cause this is a tight fucking shindig I got going on right here. So I did my job. Made some friends. But I didn't like the motherfuckers that worked for R&L Trucking. If you work for R&L Trucking, you can take a giant two-sided 18-inch dildong, roll it up like this, and fucking shove it in your throat. Because fuck R&L carriers. Never liked them. Never will. Liable to fucking snap and run one of them motherfuckers off the road, drag them out and beat them senseless. Fucking hated them. Anyway, that dude that fucking drove for them was there every other day picking up shit. Always had a fucking bitch ass attitude. But there's a happy ending to that little story. Because we ended up making friends. Still fucking hate R&L carriers. Always goddamn will. But that guy turned out to be pretty tight. He was just one of them douchebag type individuals who you gotta fucking chest up on. And then they like you after that. Y'all know the type I'm talking about. So he was kinda cool, cuz. He turned out alright, cuz. But anyway, did my thing back off in there. Investigated a little crime. There was a bathtub came up stolen. I was like, not gonna happen in my warehouse, because I will start shit over it. And I did. I did a little investigation. I reviewed some security camera footage. Kept a dossier on the entire project and came close to fingering the motherfuckers that took that tub. Can't remember if I ever found out, but I sure tried. Fuck them. Somewhere, somebody's got a tub. And one day they're gonna answer for it. I'm digressing a little bit, but that's what I do. Anyway, it was a tight job. Loved it. Told them, you're gonna have to drag me about this motherfucker. Well, one day they did. But we're not to that part yet. Something crazy happened. While I was working there, I was working on a little side project. My dudes and my dudettes. Y'all might have remembered it. Nostalgia, Lost Again. rap album of the decade, of the century. Shit was a bit of a banger. I had come up with the artwork for this album and was cutting the artwork myself to place into the CD cases, the inserts, if you will. The art was pretty fucking dope. I was using an X-Acto knife to cut the shit that I had come up with, cutting giant reams of fucking paper. In one fell swoop, cutting straight through it. I had to do a lot at a time because I had a lot of CDs to make. This project was all me. I did everything except for the featuring verses by some of the awesome artists who appeared on the greatest album this world has ever known. So there I was, cutting through giant reams of paper. I got a little apprehensive, and something real fucking bad happened to me, which I will show you right at this very instant. Whoosh! Probably don't notice it. Is there something going on with that thumb there? There's a little something going on. You see the thumbnail protruding from the left-hand side of it? Right-hand side of your screen? I don't fucking know. You see that thumbnail, how it's hanging out? It's a little strange, ain't it? Most thumbnails don't do that, or at least you'd see them on both sides. If you look closely, you'll notice there's some shit missing. I lost a part of myself that day in the making of that incredible album. I lost part of my thumb. Notice how it's sheared off at an angle. It was because I was holding my thumb down, slid the knife back, was getting a little pissed off because I couldn't seem to cut through it. Slid it back ultra quick, and before I knew it, in a blinding instant, a part of my thumb vanished. In the heat of that moment, I knew nothing to do other than have a brutal, embarrassing, emasculating panic attack because I couldn't feel my entire thumb. I didn't know what had just become of my poor little appendage. So I clutched it close to myself, noticed blood spilling from between my other fingers, and I knew I had badly maimed myself. I was freaking out majorly, went running up into the offices of that company, pretty much screaming and freaking the fuck out. I've injured myself! I've injured myself! What have I done? There was blood everywhere. A trail of it. I showed them my appendage. They looked at it in shock and bewilderment. What had this young man done to his finger? I was starting to feel a little woozy from all the blood loss. They said, we're going to call you an ambulance. Or maybe a whambulance since you crying like a bitch. So they called that ambulance up. I didn't like none of this one bit. They rolled up in there, cousin, see what was wrong with this dumbass. And I said, I can't look at it. I just can't look at it. How bad is it? Is my whole thumb gone? They said, nah, dog, you just sliced a little bit of it off. Quit being that putanani. So I dried it up real quick. And why I dried it up was because they were offering me drugs. I was like, let's get on them drugs. I need them in my system pronto. So they poked a fucking IV in my vein. Suddenly I felt things coursing through my bloodstream that made me feel fucked up, boy. I was feeling good. I was feeling fucking splendid. Ooh. Felt fucking good. Yes, I have pants on. They're just a little high up on my legs right now. But I was feeling fucking splendid, dude. Felt good as shit. They were like, you know what you're on, homeboy? I was like, nah, what? They said, you on fentanyl, dog. You high as fuck. I proceeded to make a gigantic fucking ass of myself. Laid in the back of that ambulance, looking out the back windows. Noticed people in other cars. And I was like, yo, these motherfuckers are about to wreck, dude. They about to run into some shit. They were like, no, they're not, dude. You're just fucked up on drugs right now, so calm down. Or we're going to have to throw you out the back of this ambulance, straight into the windshields of these cars you're talking about. Then there will be a wreck. So shut the fuck up, homeboy. I was like, zoop. Psych, y'all know they didn't say nothing fucking dumb like that. And like anybody's gonna zip me up. Nah, I kept talking. Noticed some trim driving in a car back behind us. Some trim. Some really fucking sexy chicks. I was like, yo. They were like, once again, homeboy, shut your fucking trap. Them bitches don't want no part of your pussy ass with your little thumb injury. I was like, zip. Thought I told y'all, I don't zip it ever. Y'all fucking know this by now. Nothing shuts me up. But they didn't say nothing like that. That's a big psych for your ass. Anyway, got to the motherfucking ER. They rushed me in saying, this man has a thumb injury and he needs to be healed up stat. So they fucking proceeded to wrap my fucking thumb in about 75 yards worth of fucking gauze. My thumb was huge by the time they got done. Looked like a big old Mickey Mouse thumb. Shit was crazy. I was like, I can't go out in fucking public looking this way. They were like, shut the fuck up. But I didn't. But before they placed the gauze on my ridiculously hardcore wound, they did a little process because I couldn't stop bleeding everywhere, where they put a fucking substance known as Surgisil on my shit, and they had to press that shit hardcore into my gaping wound. And let me just tell you, that fucking shit was excruciatingly painful. One of the top 5 or 6 pains of my lifetime. But I got healed up. I got out of there. I went home, partner. Fucking chilled. Fucking hung out, laid up, because I was all injured and shit. Y'all know about my injuries and how I act when I'm injured. I laid up. I didn't do shit. And they gave me some pills. Y'all know that kind of shit. Y'all know when you go up in there hurt, they gonna give you some pills for the pain. And you goddamn bet I fucking slammed them down the hatch and got fucking blasted all the time. Probably took about 4 to 5 in one gigantic handful. Threw them down the fucking hatch, threw back some alcohol, and had me a good old time. I was like, damn, this fucking getting injured shit might just work out. I think I'm gonna have to start getting injured more often. Y'all probably wondering about the part I said about they had to drag me up out that place. Well, it's unrelated to my thumb injury, but that company ended up shutting down, went bankrupt, fucking laid everybody off. It was real fucking dumb and made me sad. But I got on unemployment after that. Yeah, but anyway, cool time in my life. Made a CD at work because the job was just that fucking chill. Have a fucking amazing job now. But if anything happened with this one, I would certainly want one as tight as the one I worked back then. Cause they fucking took care of me, Holmes. They didn't drug test you, boy. Nah. They was like, we ain't gonna say nothing to corporate about this shit. I was like, word? They was like, word. I was like, word up. We ain't gonna say a goddamn thing about my injury. Because I was sitting around making fucking rap CDs like a gigantic loser. And that's how I got hurt. I was like, it wasn't from the job. The job didn't cause it. It was my little side job I was doing up here. They were like, we don't need to hear any more about your fucking rap career, you fucking giant loser. Just shut up and we'll call it good. And so we did. That little tale is dedicated to the hardworking man and woman, 2 women, who worked at that dope-ass fucking company. It was a good time. Still friends with a few of them individuals. Probably always will be. Great time in my life. Kinda sad it all had to come to an unfortunate end. But it did, as most things do in this life. But I'll never forget how I lost a part of my thumb while working there. So, if you've been unfortunate enough to have been laid off due to this COVID virus, if somebody up at your fucking place of employment has caught the vid, and they're now saying they have to lay everybody off or whatever, what you do is you square up, you stance up, and you look them pussies dead in their fucking eye stems, right in their ocular stems, and you tell them, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, 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 you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a dirty bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, you're a bitch, 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 and you can suck on my fucking dick. Most likely they're not going to appreciate your attitude about the situation. You tell it to them like this. As I've told you people many, many times, if you don't like my attitude, if you don't like this fucking country voice I'm using right now, if you don't like this gangsta shit I be on, if you don't like this Jim Carrey style way of talking, then you can get fucked. Now go ahead and fucking block me and shit, you big pussies. But if you like what you're watching here, this little nonsense tales that I'm telling and shit, know that I got love for y'all. Got mad love for you. And I appreciate y'all's views and everything while the young man's out here doing stupid shit on this Snapchat. So y'all stick around because I'm bound to have plenty more nonsense to talk about. This is me saying, peace out, Girl Scout. Peace and chicken grease. But before I let you go, just want to let you know that when I post this motherfucking shit on Facebook, in the comment section, I'll leave a little surprise for your bitch ass. But I ain't good at surprises. No, I'm not. So I'm going to tell you what it is. It's going to be a picture that I took when I got to work the next day of a gigantic chunk of my thumb laying on that fucking table where I was cutting rap CD inserts. And let me just tell you, viewer discretion is advised.